Hello, this is Bill. I'm doing a tabletop review of the Bersa Firestorm 22 long rifle pistol. This pistol I got it about a month ago, and get a close up on the pistol. Hope you can see the sights. They're kind of orange highlighted sight. They're really quite a good sight, actually. This has been safety checked beforehand. Do the obligatory safety check. Nothing in there. Nothing in here. This is a decocker safety thing. Okay, so double action. It has a disconnect, magazine disconnect, so when you pull the trigger and the magazine isn't in there, nothing. Doesn't matter if it's on safe, doesn't matter if it's on fire, you're not going to get any reaction from it. Anyway, the features on the Firestorm Bersa site. The Firestorm and Bersa are the same pistol. There's a few cosmetic differences. This year, this is more of a rounded one on the Firestorm trigger guard. On the Bersa, it's more squared off and textured, I believe, in the front. This particular pistol also has a rubber grip on it, so this rubber grip is really, really comfortable. So that's a great rubber grip. It just has a really nice feel. This gun has an exceptionally nice feel. So this is the other side of the pistol. This is considered a combat style trigger guard. There's the magazine release, they say, is extended, but in actual practice you kind of have to turn the weapon towards you to push on it. It ejects it freely. So again, just ejects it pretty freely. It comes with one magazine, and that's one of my complaints. It's 10 rounds in the magazine, only one magazine, and one in the chamber for a total of 11 rounds. Magazines are $26 a piece. You need to buy them off the Bersa website. Don't get the aftermarket ones. Get the Bersa Firestorm magazines. So yeah, you don't want to buy the off-brand types. It's a 22 long rifle, obviously. These also come in 380. It's a double action, single action, so the first pull is a long pull, and it's actually not bad. It's pretty smooth. Then the second time you shoot it, the second round, the hammer is back, and it's a short pull. I'm not going to dry fire it because it's not good for a 22 to dry fire. So the first one is a long pull. Second shot, it will cycle and it'll be in this position. So every subsequent shot is a short pull. So the second shot is actually like this. Nice reset. That's the reset. It's very, very comfortable to shoot. Practically no recoil. It's excellent for people who are older or have limited strength in their hands to arms or whatever to cycle to push the slide back. So the manufacturer does not recommend doing what I just did, which was to release it with a slide release or slide catch. It's supposed to be pulled back and then let go. It's not going to do that right now. It's supposed to be pulled back and then let go to chamber the round to prevent wear on this part. So the sights on the front sights are adjustable for elevation, windage, not elevation. So there is an adjustment screw for windage left right, but not elevation from what I can tell here. Really, as far as accuracy goes, very pleased with this gun. Very accurate. This is my first target, about 20 rounds. Yeah, about 20 rounds, so a little high and whatever, a little scattered. This was probably about 25 to 30 feet away. Second target, same thing, but much tighter. Same distance. That's 10 shots. So as far as accuracy goes, it's as accurate as you are. Now, the purpose of this gun could be used. It's small. I have small hands. And this gun could be used as a concealed weapon. There's no doubt about that. It's a small gun. It's very thin. So it's comfortable to carry. Probably in the waistband is probably the best way to carry this gun. This pistol. Again, I'll try to point it this way so you can kind of see this side of it as well. Probably the best way is in the waistband on this. The grips make it a little thicker, these grips, but they just make it so much more comfortable that I would recommend the Firestorm with these grips. You can also get that as a aftermarket for the Bersa. Excuse me, the weight is 18.9 ounces unloaded. It's 6.6 inches length, 4.9 height, and 1.3 width. And I think that's mainly the grip here, the handle grip, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, but I still would prefer these grips. My hand fits perfectly on here. This is an excellent gun for women in particular. My wife has very weak hands, and she has to rack it by pulling the hammer back, putting the bullet in the chamber, and then letting it go, obviously. But so she can rack this with really weak hands. So this is an excellent gun for women. And if you have a hard time with managing recoil, a 22 is a great round. A lot of people say you can't use it for self-defense. I think it's a lot better than nothing. So this is a great little gun. As far as cost, I paid $233 for this, including tax. I went through the Gallery of Guns and got it from a local gun dealer here. And so inexpensive, extremely good value for the money. Ergonomics, I think the sights are good. The grip is excellent. The feel of it is excellent. You know, it's not too big. So this is a great gun for women in particular, elderly folks, people who have hard times dealing with recoil. It practically has no recoil. It's very, very comfortable to shoot. Breakdown. I'm going to break this down really quickly for you. This isn't a video on that. I put 1,000 rounds to this gun this weekend. Okay, in the last 15 days, I put 2,000 rounds through this gun. They are ammo sensitive. The ammo that this uses is Remington Thunderbolt 22. 1,000 rounds functioned absolutely perfectly, no misfunctions whatsoever, and that for 22, I think it's just really amazing. But breakdown, there's a lever on this side. You push that down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go off the camera for this, but you push this lever down. Then, while the lever's down, you pull the slide back, up, and out. Now this gun has had, like I said, 1,000 rounds through it. Look how dirty that is. That is filthy. Amazing. Not one misfire, not one problem with this gun. 1,000 rounds, no problem whatsoever. Now, of course, it is absolutely filthy because that is cheap ammo. That ammo is $19 a bot for 500 rounds. So we put $40 in it this weekend, 1,000 rounds. So very easy to break down. extremely reliable for what this gun, and the cost. I am absolutely astounded at the quality of this gun, or how well it functioned. And you can just see how this is inexpensive, cheap ammo, and you can just, it's absolutely filthy. But I don't think I've ever seen a gun that dirty before. I clean mine after every use, but I wanted to see how far this would go. I'm going to just put it together real quickly. Put the recoil spring back on it. I may not even put it together all the way, just because I don't want to waste the time doing that. But it just goes back together the same way. I didn't put it quite back together, and I don't care. But 1,000 rounds, 22, cheapest, dirtiest ammo I could find. Just extraordinary. Now, other ammos don't seem to operate as well in this firearm. I didn't put it back together perfectly, because that's not the purpose of this. Field test, absolutely amazing. The value for the money is just absolutely incredible. Just incredible. My wife never shot before, and her first target looked about like this from the same distance. Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. That's for a person who never shot before. I have her first target upstairs, but it looks very much like that. Criticisms. Here's a criticism. Comes with one magazine. That's not great. The bullets actually go in here kind of cockeyed and stacked, so you have to be careful how you put them in. You want them all pointed up and in a row, but you do that, it's going to run perfectly. Packaging, it doesn't come in a it comes in a plastic, or excuse me, a box. Does not come in a plastic container, so package like this. It comes in a box, so that's pretty cheap. The magazines, only having one magazine, that's pretty cheap, 26 bucks. And this has a magazine disconnect, so if you're operating the gun, and the magazine's out of it, it won't fire. So there's a lot of safeties on here, like there's a key safety, there's a decocker, there's a magazine disconnect, stuff to make lawyers happy, but it doesn't really help as far as concealed weapon or functionality, in my opinion. But those are very minor things. You can buy extra magazines. This costs like $8 to get a better case. Magazine disconnect, you're going to have to live with that or not, whatever. As far as recommendations go, absolutely. This is just an incredible value for the money. Incredible value for the money. My next purchase will be a Bersa 380 Thunder. Same exact gun, same exact dimensions. Again, I'm going to take that apart because I'm going to clean it next. That's amazing. 1,000 rounds, no difficulties. Nothing. Absolutely flawless running it. So as far as recommendations, a 22, good plinking, really cheap, and it could be used for self-defense too, regardless of what the experts tell you. Yeah, you don't want to get shot with a 22. Again, these are the parts that it breaks down into: your recoil spring, your slide, your magazine, obviously, and the frame of your gun. This is an integral piece right here. That barrel is just incredible. Look at the dirt on this thing. But 1,000 rounds, and it was still running. I got tired. My wife and my daughter and I shooting this thing, we got tired after 1,000 rounds, lost track, but at least 1,000 rounds through this gun. No malfunctions. And for a 22 with very inexpensive ammo, just an amazing value. So I would absolutely recommend this gun to anybody who's thinking about a concealed weapon or a plinking gun. This is great for plinking. Very accurate, as accurate as you are. Great practice gun. Learning to shoot, this is an excellent gun, because some of the other 22s are actually quite a bit larger than this and heavier. They're harder for a beginner to handle, so a beginner can start off with this gun with an explanation of the double action, single action, how it functions, and they can operate this very comfortably and have a great time doing it. So again, this is Bill, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Real quick wrap up. Thank you. Have a good day. Adios, amigos.